Stage House, which I think I already said. And today's video is going to be about the book, guys. Love it. I love it. And I totally love it. So, the reason why I kind of switched dates, like I did this on Monday, I think, Monday. Don't know. But we are going to switch that up because I realized that either Sunday I did it or Monday I did it. Those were animal related videos, which is not related to book reading. So since Wednesday is really anything and does not need to be related to animals, I just decided that I would do the book reading on Wednesdays. So once this book finishes, I'm going to start another book. I just got another book which I really love, and I didn't read it yet. It's new. So we're going to read that to you once this book finishes. Now, for some of you, maybe a book reading is a little boring. So I won't do it every Wednesday. Most Wednesdays I will, and some not. So we will see about that. Okay, so, yeah. Okay, so today I'm just gonna read you, continuing to chapter 4 or 3, I think. Where are we? We are on chapter 2. So we are in chapter 2, and then we're gonna move on to chapter 3, and let's get reading. Oh yeah, sorry, I think I did not show you the pictures yesterday. I can show you them if you want. There's barely any pictures though. Well, there's some, but it's all just black and brown. So let's get reading. When was the last time you saw Fidget? Asked Christy's mom. As she poured some coffee for the Twitchings yesterday afternoon, Mrs. Twitchings replied, "It's very strange because usually she doesn't miss a single meal." Christy and I couldn't help. "You look for her," suggested Rachel. "Good idea," Christy agreed, finishing for cereal. "Let's go now, and I'll check our garden and the barn," added Mr. Tate. As Christy and Rachel got up from the table, Christy stared extra hard at the Twitchings' heads. She thought she could see swips of smoke there again, but they were also pale and misty. It was hard to be sure. "Rachel," Christy said quietly as they headed outside, "did you notice anything funny about the Twitchings today?" Rachel looked confused. "What do you mean?" Christy told about the whips of smoke. "I'm not sure if I really saw them or not." She finished. "Do you think they could have been magic?" Rachel asked. Christy felt a thrill of excitement. "Maybe," she said eagerly. "While we're looking for Fidget, we'd better keep our eyes open for magic too." The girls walked into the village, keeping their eyes peeled for the tabby cat. But there was no sign of her. "I hope Fidget isn't lost for good," Christy said, looking around. "Oh." Christy hadn't been watching where she was going, and she had bumped into someone. "I'm sorry, Christy," Christy said politely. The woman glared at her. "Why don't you be more careful?" she said grumpily, and hurried off. Well, Rachel gasped. That wasn't very nice. But Christy looked confused. "That was Mrs. Hill, one of my mom's friends, and she's usually very nice," she said. "I wonder what's wrong." Rachel nudged her. "Look over there," she whispered. "Outside the post office, 2 men are arguing. They both look very grouchy." Then Mrs. Burke, who ran the post office, came out to see what was going on. Christy was surprised to see that her usually happy face was grumpy and sad. So it looks like that there's some grumpy magic going around, making everybody grumpy. I mean, it does make sense. It's kind of like all of the fairy stories, so we'll see. But it's Pearl, the cloud fairy, so I don't know how that relates. We'll see. There's something strange happening, she whispered to Rachel. As they went into the park, everybody is in a terrible mood. Looking at the kids on the swings, Rachel stared at the children in the playground. They didn't seem to be having fun at all. Every single one of them looked sad. They didn't even cheer up when the ice cream truck stopped close by. The girls stopped at the park gate. I think we've been all over. Weatherbury, and there's no sign of Fidget anywhere. Christy sighed, glancing at her watch. We'd better get home, Rachel. It's almost time for lunch. Rachel nodded. We can always keep up searching later this afternoon. The girls turned back toward the Tate's house. On the way, they passed the tiny movie theater. The Saturday morning show had just finished, and the audience was pouring out. Just like everyone else, the people looked grouchy. It must have been a sad movie, Rachel whispered to Christy. But it wasn't, Christy replied, frowning. Look. She pointed to the poster outside the movie theater. This hilarious film is a must. You'll split your sides laughing. Rachel read, well, the audience definitely didn't find it very funny. She continued, look at their faces. Christy stared at the people walking gloomily out of the theater. Suddenly her heart began to pound. There they were again. She could definitely see cloudy smoke drifting over people's heads, just like she'd noticed. Over her next door neighbors, look, Rachel. She nudged her friend. There's that smoke again. Rachel squinted at the people, who were all frowning for a minute. She thought Christy was seeing things, but then she spotted them too. Thin, wispy trails of smoke hovering over the heads of the people like little clouds. It must be fairy magic, Rachel said excitedly. I'll bet those aren't whips of smoke at all. They're magic clouds. Oh, I see the connection now. Maybe Christy agreed, her eyes lighting up. We could be close to finding another magic feather. The girls rushed home, then they entered the house first. They noticed there were clouds hovering over Mrs. and Mr. Tate. Did you find Fidget? Asked Christy's mom. She was sitting on the couch reading a book. The little white cloud over her head was tightened with pink light like a cloud in a sunset. No, Christy replied, staring at the gray cloud over her dad. Oh dear, Mrs. Tate said, looking sad. I think the goblin with the magic cloud feather must be close by. Oh, yeah. Rachel whispered to Christy as they ate their sandwiches. Christy nodded. After lunch, let's go up to my bedroom and plan our next movie, she said. These clouds are beginning to worry me. Me too, Rachel agreed. As soon as they finished their food, the girls ran upstairs. Christy threw open her bedroom door. Hello, called a tiny voice. I thought you would never come. There, sitting in the windows and swinging her legs below her, was Pearl the Cloud Fairy. And now we are on chapter 4, which is it. Okay, guys. So I hope you enjoyed this video. It's just a normal book reading, but I really do hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please leave a like on this video and subscribe and comment down below of what other videos you want me to do. And yeah, thank you guys so much for watching, and bye.
No, sir.